Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us as we transition from our greetings. We're going to talk a little bit about the National Football League, spend some time talking about that as we do every single week. I want to start off with the game that happened in St. Louis with those, what you call the greatest show on turf?
Man,
if this was 19, what was it
Yeah,
called?
they retired. Yeah, 1999.
99.
Yeah, 99, 98. Part of 97.
Jay Xavier, your team won 19-13
Well,
against.
you won't even 10 yet.
Your team won 19-13 against the Seattle Seahawks.
Indeed, we did.
What can you tell me about this game?
Well, from what I've seen in the game, I know our kicker had a record day. I believe we ran a trick play that got Danny Amendola a touchdown. Bradford didn't have too good of a game. I believe he threw an interception. But at the end of the day, a win is a win, and I'll take it.
Bradford, yeah, he went for 16 for 30, just a hair over 50%, 221.
But he could number one pick. Remember that.
Number one pick called back. Go ahead. I know you've been itching, and I've been kind of not letting you jump in on him. You want to get on him about his Rams pick? Go ahead and
I'm gonna get in on.
Go ahead and get in on him.
Because his quarterback sucks. All right. The only way they scored a touchdown, the holder for the place kicker threw the touchdown. All right. Danny Amendola snuck on the field, was over there in the corner, and the snapper, the holder threw the touchdown. What the heck did Sam Bradford do? Hand the ball off left, hand the ball off right. Couple of throws down the field. He had 2 picks in the game or something like that. Your first round pick, who's supposed to be the savior of the team, sucks. Period.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
I know.
You know.
See, also, Big Rube over here talking about they always going to show the Redskins on television. You know what? They have been preempted before to show a Dallas Cowboys game. Matter of fact, the game was Dallas versus Philly for a playoff berth. And they preempted Washington. They took them off the air. So before you say
how long ago was that?
Within the last 5 years.
So,
definitely.
So out of 5 years, they preempted one Redskins game?
Hey, but you said they always.
So
I can't stand your skin.
Out of 5 years,
I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go down to Tampa and pick up Billy Cundiff because you know they didn't let him back on the plane, right? All right,
wow.
Can you go down there and pick up Billy Cundiff for me, please?
Let me just stop you for a second. Carl Banks is on a hell of a roll right now, and I'm gonna need. He just attacked Jay Xavier and Big Rube, pretty much in the same breath. I want to see one of the two of y'all respond. Jay Xavier, you got something to say?
Hold
on. Sunday night game too, but
hold on. You're not going to attack the host. You can't get that. Yeah, I'm not going to let you get that. Jay
Sam
Xavier.
Bradford is supposed to be our savior, and this is his 3rd year, I believe, with a different offensive coordinator. How many years of that failure Romo had? How many? No playoff wins.
Who comes out with a better season every year?
No playoff wins.
How many 500 seasons
has
Bradford?
He has one playoff win.
We had one playoff win.
He has one playoff win.
Okay.
He also has his team was the first number 1 seed to lose in the second round ever.
No, we're not.
In the playoffs.
No, we're not.
But I'm saying
Green Bay did it last season.
My man is in his 3rd year.
Thank you.
Romo has had plenty of chances. He's like that girl at the dance that you want to dance with at the end of the night, and she ends up leaving you for that other dude because he falls under expectations.
And Sam
exactly,
Bradford
that's
was
how
that girl
Romo
that
is.
everybody wants to date and can't do nothing once you get the date. So what you gonna say about that?
Well, sooner or later, something's
I mean,
gonna
come
pop
on
off.
now.
Sooner or later,
y'all had a
something's gonna
500
pop
season
off.
since you had Sam Bradford? Have you had a 500 season?
No, we went 7-9 2 years ago. His first
the question
year.
is,
That's it.
have you had a 500 season? Have you gone a full season without his little?
We have not. But you know, I'd rather have low expectations. Low expectations.
Can I ask a question to Bondi? Because Bondi ain't really saying nothing here. So I want to ask a question.
Bondi's buying his time because his team's winning.
Exactly. But you know, what's the over under tonight on how many sacks Romo gonna get? How many times Romo get sacked?
I ain't got one on that, but I'm gonna go 3.
Okay. I'm just curious.
So you think the Bears gonna get him 3 times?
Yeah.
I mean, that's on average. Any quarterback can get sacked 3 times.
Well, Eli didn't get sacked 3 times last night.
He got sacked once, didn't he?
That's not 3.
Robert Griffin got sacked once yesterday.
No, I'm just throwing a number out there. I really haven't.
But that's the number.
The Bears' defense is actually pretty good this year.
Yeah, but I mean, and so is the Eagles, and so is the Giants, and you didn't see either of them get 3 sacks last night. So, you know,
one was chasing Vic.
Well, yeah, one, yeah. The other was chasing Eli. I mean,
No, Eli doesn't run.
that's the point. They still didn't get to him. But anyway, it's gotten a little bit heated. Carlton Banks over here. I don't think I see him that fired up when he feel like he can
because his team ain't played yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
When his team take that L, he gonna be docile.
Call me when we lose tonight.
He gonna be docile.
Call me tonight.
Well, I'm just proud of him that he didn't blow up my phone last night when the Giants lost. But we'll talk about that when we get to the Giants. Bondi,
Yo,
the Falcons are 4-0.
correct.
The Falcons played a division game yesterday against the Panthers and won at the end of the game. I believe, if someone correct me if I'm wrong, on a field goal at the end. What are you seeing from your team this year? Matt, what's up with Matty Ice, man?
I love Matty Ice. I hate to talk bad about him, but he turns to Matty Liquor when it comes to the playoffs. Maybe this year is the year he turns it around, but I think basically Eli kind of had the same career starting off, so hopefully Matty Ice is going to turn around this year. I think Eli was the fourth year.
It's his fourth year. Was the Super Bowl year. You know, it's funny. He's the first guy I've seen in a long time come in this room and be straight up about his team. You know what I mean? Like, normally we all like to scream and shout and talk about how great our team is. This dude came in, his team is 4-0, and he was like, yeah, we 4-0 now. We'll see what happens. I appreciate you keeping
the history of the squad, though.
Well, I mean, Matty Ice yesterday, I don't follow the Falcons, but he went 25 for 40, 369 with 3 touchdowns.
Well,
It doesn't get much better than that.
60 of those yards came on the final play.
Yeah, well, he still had 309 but for that 60.
He's having a beast fantasy year.
Yeah.
He's having a beast fantasy year.
He's got Julian
But what can he
Jones
do when
and
we get to the
Roddy White.
playoffs? That's what I'm
But
concerned about.
and the question is, since we're talking about Matty Ice,
Okay,
the number one rated quarterback in the NFL,
right.
when will elite start popping around him? Does he have to win a chip to become elite?
Well, you know, it's funny because there's a certain level of quarterbacks that kind of hover in the 8 to 16 range as far as your ranking. Joe Flacco is one name that comes in the name. The guy in the 49ers, what's his name?
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is another one.
What?
And then you have somebody like Matty Ice. So my question to Bondi, that's your team. Do you think that he ranks higher than 8, or do you think in that 8 to 16 range is a fair assessment of your quarterback?
To tell you the truth, I really haven't thought about it, but going through like quick names in my head, at this point right now in this season, top 8 definitely.
Yeah.
I think that would be fair.
At this point in the season.
But
But again, I like to see what happens at the end of the season.
well,
when
you
it
know,
counts.
people like to always put somebody, at least in the last couple of years. Aaron Rodgers has been up there. I don't think anybody is putting him in that top league this year. Some of the game, like the 12-point game, and we didn't get a chance to talk about that, because that game happened when we went off the air with the disputed call. And everybody made a big deal about the referees. But the first thing that came to my mind was, why the hell did Green Bay score 12 points?
Because he got sacked.
Jennings played, right?
12 points. He's
Jennings
supposed to
played
be.
that game, right?
He
did not play.
if you looked at
Jennings played, but
if you looked at QB ratings last year, you know what I mean. Most people had Aaron Rodgers at least 1 to 3.
Oh yeah.
Nobody had him lower than 3.
Easily.
And then, of course, it was a disputed call. We all saw it. We all thought they got it wrong. We all think that Green Bay should have won the game. All that aside, they scored 12 points, Grizzy.
Yo, I hear what you're saying, and I think we kind of leaning back towards you. I think we're comparing Matt Ice to Eli. The only difference between them is, of course, Eli got 2 championships. Honestly, right now, I would put Matt Ryan up in the top 5 with the way he's performing. I mean,
would you say that for this season, or would you say that for his career, say in the last 3 to 5 seasons?
He's only been in the league 4 years, right?
Okay.
Fourth year.
He's been in the playoffs every year except for 1, right? So, I mean, the only issue with Atlanta is, like Bonnie said, is that first round exit. The thing is, everybody's saying, like, if Flacco was one play away from taking his team to the Super Bowl, next thing you know, during the offseason, he's ballyhooing about how he's at the top 5. And what I would say is that if you're a championship quarterback, the cream rises to the top, and you have to get to that next level. What do you think, Luke?
But I thought I've watched Matty Ice play a couple games this season. Matty Ice is the truth. However, the thing that usually hurts quarterbacks usually is not them, is always their defense. Because you can sit here and say Joe Flacco is one play away from a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna have to.
Or you hold on. But let's just be honest. Let's be honest. We can sit here and say Joe Flacco was one play away. We can also sit here and say Baltimore should have done a little bit better against Tom Brady. I mean, you can take that how you want, but Baltimore's supposed to be this great defense, and Tom Brady shredded them.
We scored 2 points against the Giants in the playoffs last year.
The first 2 points, if I'm not mistaken.
They won 2-0.
2-0 at the beginning of the game.
So
On the safety.
A holding in the end zone or something like that.
I hate to dog him, man, but 2 points in the playoffs.
I have to say it like this. Matty Ice has done well for himself down in Atlanta. He has shown improved how to carry a team, unlike Sam Bradford, the man's got all the weapons he needs around. He's got a decent running game. He's got a proven tight end. He's got wide receivers. They've got him a better offensive coordinator who's getting him plays that have the receivers down the field more, which opens up his game and plays to his strengths. That's what he didn't have really for the last few years. He just had Roddy White and somebody else who can just step up, but nobody could take the pressure off of Roddy White to say, okay, there's nobody I can need to check. Let me just roll my coverage over and take him out. Tony G, he's only good technically. He's only good first 10 yards. But after that, you really can't expect that much out of Tony G from a tight end standpoint.
Big Rube.
He's near the end of his career, Ruben. You chill out.
Say something on that, please, before I do.
Tony Gonzalez is still a top
He's
5
top
tight end
right
in the
now.
league by far.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to check his numbers. Tony Gonzalez is a. I bet he would. I would rather have him than Jason Witten.
Hey, you can have.
And I'm just being real.
You can have him. What y'all do with Chris Cooley?
Same thing.
Okay.
I would much rather have Tony Gonzalez.
Has Fred Davis shown up yet?
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's go around the room. Give me 4 tight ends in the league right now that you would take either with or above Tony Gonzalez. The first name that comes to my mind is probably Vernon Davis. That's one.
Number
I wouldn't
one-
say I would take
number one
over.
tight end.
I'm not saying I would take him over. I would say,
Okay.
on
Just
the
in
same
that
level.
group.
All right.
He's in that group. Gronkowski.
I can roll with that.
Right.
Gronkowski. Jason Witten when he's right, because
Now-
some ain't right with him right now.
No, Jimmy Graham.
Some's not right with him right now.
His
He ain't been
spleen
right
is
the last
out. That's
3
what it
years.
is.
He's
He ain't been right the last
he's
3 years,
been
though.
low. He's on
So
the
he's
decline
coming
of
down.
his career.
He's coming down.
He's on decline of his
All
career.
right. So even if we give you
Two.
Jason Witten,
Jimmy
even if we
Graham,
say
y'all left out Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham,
Jimmy
Yeah.
Graham and
Antonio Gates.
not
Gates.
Gates anymore. You can't even say Gates anymore.
I will put Gates in there.
Gates is on his way out. Gates is on his way out. You
I
got
would
Vernon
agree on
Davis.
that.
So-
I would
You
agree on
got
that.
So we got
Graham.
3. Vernon Davis, Jimmy Graham, Gronk.
When Selleck comes due time and time
yeah, I
again.
can't give you Brent.
I can't give you Brent
I can't
Selleck.
give you Brent.
The
Selleck.
reason why I can't give you Brent Selleck is because honestly,
Because Vic don't look for him.
yeah.
But here's the thing. We struggling right now to come up
Yeah.
with names.
So Tony Gonzalez is in there.
So that tells me that Big Rube, you on to something. Let's move on from this part of the conversation. We're going to get into one more game. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to finish this NFL discussion on the other side. Marcus J. and O'Have Steppin. Get down with us. 804-447-0601. Big Rube, Washington Redskins won a game in Tampa Bay yesterday, 24-22. What'd you see?
I saw that our offensive coordinator sucks. I'm really disappointed in his son, in Shanahan's son, because if I see that, I think it was one thing we were up, and this dude does 3 passing plays in the fourth quarter when we have a 100-yard rusher in the back. I mean, are you kidding me? The play calling is horrible. The play calling is horrible. I'm not a fan of Shanahan, and hopefully he's going to be gone after next year. Not Mike Shanahan, daddy, his son. I'm not good with him. He feels like he has something to prove. I don't know what he's talking about. He got statistically one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and you suffocate him with stupid plays for him to do, and then you have to make him do stuff, and I'm just like, play to his strengths, and you're not doing it, and it makes you sick. However, I will say that the defense, for whatever reason, was good in the first half. The second half, we decided to let Tampa Bay's quarterback do what he wanted to do. unfortunately.
Josh Freeman.
Yeah, we still got some work to do. I said we're gonna be 8-8, and I'm sticking with my 8-8. Right now we're 2-2. You know, we're gonna beat some people we should have beat, and unfortunately we're gonna lose some people we should have beat. You know, and
What'd you see from your quarterback yesterday?
323, beautiful, no interceptions, except for the little fumble in the end zone which Garcon got, and then his also running touchdown. I mean, RG3 is playing high right now, and it's hard to find issues in his game. His issues come from the stuff around him, not him himself. He's doing everything possible, and that last drive showed that it was worth the draft picks that we gave to St. Louis.
Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with RG3, which I did not expect him to be lights out like it was. I expected him to struggle. You know, I expected him to get racked up. They're giving him good protection. They rolling him out so he's not getting hit that much. But you know, that last drive that they drove to get the game.
Oh yeah, sick.
I mean, that is something that a championship quarterback is going to do. Matt Ryan does it. Ben Roethlisberger does it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Nice plug for you still.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you got the ball with 2 minutes left and you need to get in field goal position and you need a score, that's when you come up. You don't come up short. You don't throw the interception, i.e. Tony Romo type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
Come on into your son's age. Help him out. You're over there sulking in the corner.
I do that. Tony
I'm
Romo
just saying,
was coming.
what I'm saying is that I'm mad that I didn't pick him up fantasy wise because he's producing.
I didn't expect him to be as good as he was.
No,
to be honest with you.
I didn't either. And the thing is how long will he be healthy? And so far, he's taking hits. He got whacked on the goal line. I mean, he got laid out.
The thing on the matter would be this: when he gets into a divisional game, that's what's going to show improve whether or not he's going to do anything. He hasn't taken a hit from a divisional opponent yet,
And that matters.
When you have to, dude, what? Are you crazy? You got DeMarcus Ware, you got JPP, you got Pierre. Who's your other boy? OC. You got the front seven of Philly, and you don't think no boys hit?
All right, the talent level.
Ballerina, man. Come on, man.
Right.
What?
The talent wise, Cincinnati has the same not the same 53 man, but they got 53 man on their roster that played Washington, just like Dallas got 53 man on their roster when they play Washington. So I don't think I guess what you're saying is division games mean a lot more, but I think all 16 games count.
Yeah, they count, and you saw what the Rams did. They cheap shotted them.
Yeah, and I would say this. I feel like with the record we played so far, us being 2-2, I think honestly I would have switched the Saints game and the Rams game as the games to win and lose. First of all,
but you ended up right where you're supposed to be. Anyway.
Exactly. So I mean, divisional games, yes, it's going to be tougher. But to be perfectly honest with you, I honestly think that we played a really tough non-divisional schedule. Other than probably anybody else in the NFC East.
Well, we playing the NFC South right now with Tampa Bay and Carolina, and we got Atlanta later on in the season, and the last one is New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. So we got a tough schedule. The whole division does.
Yeah, and one more thing. The Dirty Birds will not be undefeated after next week because they get to come to Landover, Maryland, baby.
You know what?
Bondi, you
been,
and
I'm just letting you know.
Come on, man.
We lost our home opener.
Come on, man.
We're not losing two in a row, son. I'm just putting it out there.
That's the Redskins' MO the last 6-7 years.
All right, so I'm just saying when y'all lose, I expect to call in next week to pretty much be like, Ruben, you were right.
Okay, if they win, I'll call in and say, Ruben, you were right.
You know what? If they don't,
I won't see that phone.
So I ain't got to make no calls next Monday.
And if Atlanta don't call, I'm going to talk about you like a dog.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up the NFL recap of Week 4. We got the New England Patriots, we got the New York Jets, and the New York Football Giants. Ain't no half stepping Marcus J. Be back in a minute.
I never let the mic magnetize me no more, but it's fighting